Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at an example of AI automation in human resource management, and it's being done by one of our very own in this AI for HR Nexus, the EasyHire app. And joining us today online, Alejandro, who will walk us through what the EasyHire app does and how we use AI automations to do recruitments. Just to run you through this, it helps you hire smarter, faster, and fairer. And you have an opportunity to do a 7-day free trial, and then also to try a live AI interview demo. The promise that Easy Hire App gives you is to hire using AI, interview for you, and see what the candidates experience, and remove the bulk of the work from your shoulders and let the AI do part of it. And this is part of our experience in using AI for HR. You can calculate on their website your potential savings, um, and it makes your hiring a lot easier, allows you to create your job offer, share with candidates, look at the insights that you're getting from AI, and has been used by a number of people. Alejandro is here in person to explain what is happening with this solution of theirs. It's not so costly. It is manageable if you're running recruitment, on average about 25 roles per month if you look at the pricing. So this is something you might want to consider if you want to automate recruiting and reduce the cost of hiring. Uh, for only $99, you can manage up to 100 CVs per offer, and you have access to standard matching algorithms. You have analytics and reporting. If you're recruiting over 350 CVs, then you can pay $399. This is good for recruitment firms. But for typical organizations, you can hire for 5 different jobs with only $99, have about 150 minutes of AI interviewing, and you're ready to have your candidates. And it allows you to maintain a candidate pipeline. I will stop here and let Alejandro take us through the software and then have an insight on what AI is doing in the recruitment field. Thank you very much. And let's step into this conversation. Hi,
How are you?
fine. Thank you. How are you today?
Very good.
Good to meet you online. And I'm called Andrew Yoruba. My background is an organizational psychologist. Um, we are like developers, the back end for HR. So every human resource system, tool, process, we do the design, not from a software perspective, but from a technical HR perspective. We design recruitment tools, performance management tools, change management tools, disciplinary management tools, and then we work with techies to do automation of systems and things like that. But it's good to have you on board, and I'll just ask you to tell us about yourself and what you do, and then we dive in.
Yeah, sure. No, my background is completely different from HR because I've been always on the marketing side. I've worked with many brands, scaling and yeah, PPC, all kind of all the side of marketing, and HR has been always a struggle in all the companies where I've worked. Just because nowadays there is this tendency that whenever you post a job, you receive hundreds of CVs, and most of them were a waste of my time. So it really came out of a necessity, the idea of developing something that was really filtering the CVs based on the real needs of the organization. And yeah, we tried with ATA systems, and it worked for scheduling. It was okay to have everything organized in one place. So, but it wasn't giving me the information that I wanted. So, for me, it was very important when I was hiring because it was not my job to hire. It was just something that I needed to do in order to bring people to the team. Uh, it was I needed to save time, and the biggest thing is I didn't want to go through 300 CVs. I wanted to know which are the 10 that fit exactly to the role position that I'm advertising. And we started working on that, and finally we developed the whole application.
Yeah, that's good to hear. We always talk about boundaryless careers, switching from marketing to HR out of necessity. That's quite wonderful. So we're going to look at and thank you for taking your time today. We want to look at the application you've developed. It's called Easy Hire App, or do you want to call it Easy Hire?
Well,
What do
that
you
was
want to call it?
EasyHireApp, and I we call it like this just because to avoid interference with other brands or
Okay.
things like that.
So Easy Hire App is, from my understanding, is a tool that helps us automate hiring. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to walk us through the tool to share um, step by step how somebody can get on board, how the tool works, and you tell us how it's going to help us save work time as HR practitioners.
Sure.
And hopefully, after that, we'll have about 5-10 minutes Q&A, and then we'll wrap up in 2 minutes. I hope that's okay with you.
That's perfect. Sounds great.
Great. So over to you. I'm going to let you share your screen and please let us see what EasyHire app can do for the HR community.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm not sure. I'm sharing my screen or not yet.
Not yet. Let me just say one participant can share at a time. I saw permission to giving you permission to share your screen. Yes, your screen is showing with EasyHire app on it.
Okay. So this is the main dashboard. Uh, I apologize in advance, but I see that the developers are working on the backend. So it's appearing the message that it's not the last version that they need to refresh and
That's
it's just
understandable. It happens everywhere. That's perfectly normal. Yeah.
so we are pretty new and we are still developing most of the things, but we wanted to launch with the main features already working and we are building on that. So right now it's fully functional. You can work on it and from time to time you will see that new features will appear and things will be improved. So I just for you to make an idea, there are 3 or 4 main tabs. One is a fully built database for the CVs. So whenever you upload the CVs, and I will show later how we do that. But whenever you upload the CVs, what we do is we transcribe all the CVs into a readable format. So it doesn't matter if it's a PDF, a Word, whatever. We translate all of that into a database. And from here, then you can just access any and have a summary, most of the most important information. And if you want to access the full CV, you also have the capacity to access. But in the first instance, you have all your database here. And from here, you can also create interviews, but I will tap into that later on. Then we have the CV analysis. And this is where the magic happens. It's where we get all our trained models to analyze the CVs towards the specific job. So this is very important because what we are doing is precisely what I was needing in that case, and it was to obtain a real uh, match between what I was advertising in the job position and the real skills of the person that is sending me the CV. In this case, if we enter in the CV details, in this case, we can see we have the strengths, the conclusion, the experience, the responsibility fit, recommendations. All of these are based on different elements that are analyzed from the CV, and we obtain a quality score. So with this, we know right ahead. I don't even take time to look at someone that has a 20% quality score towards my position. I don't, it doesn't make sense. So I'm looking to obtain people that are at least 70% and over. So this is one thing. And the other thing is the AI interviews. And this is the most, I would say, the most revolutionary thing out there. And is we use specially trained avatars that conduct the interview for you. So you don't need to be present. So whenever we create these meetings, or whenever the user creates a meeting, the candidate receive an email with a URL to join the meeting whenever they want. They can do the meeting anytime. And then after that, when he makes the meeting with the AI, with a real avatar, uh, we receive all the information. We have a transcript. We analyze everything: the sentiment, the feed, the there are multiple layers of analysis that we are conducting on the interview to give the most accurate result on uh, on the fit of that client. So this is the different panel where we see the skills, if they conducted the interview, when it was, the fit percentage, if it's the best fit or not. This is just to have a very clean uh, vision of it. You can also access the transcript. You can also access the video. You have, I don't know, this one, for example, it has more information just because this was a longer interview. These are all test interviews, so it's not real data from any user or anything. It's just our tests, but it's working perfectly, and we can see that the results that are giving they're pretty accurate because in this case the person had nothing to do with the job position that we were advertising. So I think it was a marketing position and he was a developer, so nothing to do. So the fit score it's really accurate in this sense. And this tab here, that is the projects tab, it's where everything starts. So what we do, it's we create a project, a new project, and here what we do is we create a title, whatever we want to create. I don't know, CMO for marketing agency. We establish the date. Okay, we want to fill this position before the 21. And here we put the full description that normally what we would do is a copy paste from the normal job post that you've done in any of the LinkedIn or Glassdoor or whatever you are using. You can just copy paste it here. You can copy. So this is the information that we are going to use to try to understand if there is a match with the candidate. So as detailed, as better described the position is, the better we are going to be able to match to the position. And also, if you want to give any kind of uh, background on the cultural fit or customize a bit more to the different type of companies, you can add here the core values, whatever information you want to add in addition, we will consider it when we are doing the match. So in this case, I only do it like this just to be fast. I expect people to put much more information here. And then we reference this. This is an internal ID. We can call it the same. And what we would do here is just select and upload any CV. I have one here, so I would add this one. We upload this one, and then just we continue, and it doesn't let me because they are updating the. I need to update the page. Let me. So now it should be okay. Yeah. So now it's processing
CV.
the whole thing. Yeah, and it's doing internally the process. It takes a bit. So once everything is ready, uh, we send an email to let know that everything it's ready. If we look now, still is not appearing. Here you have all the information of the ones that are processed, the candidates match pending. Here it's one under review, still pending. And what I wanted to show you is from here, for example, these that are appearing that have no button, it's because they already scheduled an AI interview. But if, let's say, I want to schedule an interview with this one, I just need to go here. I select, okay, who is going to make the interview? I can select this one. And what we do is we create the guidelines of the interview. So these guidelines are based on the most relevant questions that should be done on a first interview in order to assess how relevant the candidate is. So we are not trying to figure out on this interview if this is the perfect candidate. We are just trying to make the first cleanup to see if it's really a valid candidate for us or not. We know that for further interviews there is to be a human touch, and we don't want by now to remove that. Uh, you need to evaluate somehow the cultural fit and other things. It's easier to evaluate face to face and speaking to someone. So I think that's something that we are not trying to change now. But for a first interview, we find out that people are feeling super comfortable. They don't feel the pressure of speaking to someone that it's judging them and taking notes, and they by their facial expressions they don't know if they are doing good or bad. With an AI interview, they feel completely relaxed. They can be themselves. They are just following the lead of the AI. And here you can see that we are creating a personalized guideline for that specific CV. So we take the information of the CV, we take the information of the job description, and we create the specific guidelines for that specific person. And there are some objectives that the AI needs to obtain. There are some steps and preparations. We have the interview structure that it's also very clean, very lean. We have some icebreakers, we have core questions, we have behavioral questions, a cultural fit, and then a critical thinking challenge, what normally it's a brain teaser, just to try to see how it reacts and what is his thought process. And then we make the whole evaluation in the backend. And I was saying it's very simple. Here it appears already the email of the candidate. You just need to send the invite and he receives the email. So basically, that's in overall what we are doing, what we can do up to the moment,
Yeah.
and how it's working.
Wow. Thanks for that walkthrough. It's amazing what AI can do now, and how much time it takes off the recruiter. I would like to draw us back to the metrics that your website shows. For example, what's the difference between the traditional recruiting and how much time they will have saved if you go to your homepage? And then, of course, HR managers are going to be asking, how much is this going to cost me? Isn't it going to cost me an arm and a leg? we probably want to get to know that. And then, of course, there are questions about working with other existing applicant tracking systems. So some organizations already have an applicant tracking system working. So how do they put these together and so that they automate part of the process by linking it to the applicant tracking system? I'll leave you with those three for now and then come back with others. But yes,
Yeah.
over to you.
So the thing with the saving time, I think it's clear in some different aspects. So ATA, so right now, if you are not using an ATA system, you spend a lot of time going through CVs. So that's, I guess it's a minority of people, but still, if you are not using, you are wasting a lot of time. If you are using an ATA system, of course, it's making your life much easier. But you're still, with ATA system, you're missing still many opportunities because the CVs are not being analyzed based on AI. They're just being analyzed in a very simple framework. So there are many candidates that you may miss just because the format of the CV is not the correct one, and that's a pity. The other thing is, uh, of course, that's saving time because we already give you the three main candidates that you want to interview. So normally after we screen all the CVs and you enter on your project and you want to see, I don't know, for this, you go to the best fields, and in this case there are no matches. But if they are, they show you the three main. Let me see if in this one we had any. No. In the first part, we pick the three best candidates for you. So that's directly. You don't need even to think about it. Those are really the best. But we're just anyone that has worked on HR, the biggest headache is scheduling interviews, having to do the interviews, having to reschedule the interviews. You lose a lot of time there. And if only you are doing interviews on 30 minutes each interview and you're making, I don't know, for each job position, what, 10, 20 interviews, that's a lot of time that you're just wasting. And with this, you don't need to do any. So you have immediately saved, I don't know how many hours, but at least 10 hours. The other thing you were saying, the integrations, it's something, it's not fully developed yet. We are working on for some corporate clients. We can do it manually. If someone needs to do it, we can definitely do that manually. And we are working on develop the public connection just to be able to extract the information. And I think it's something useful. But right now, what the power of the AI that we are using here, it's completely overperforming any traditional ATAs. So we've been comparing the final results, and it's nothing to be compared. So ATAs, it's like I don't know how to put it nicely, but it's a thing of the past. It's pretty outdated in this sense. It's not, they are not using AI. They are not trying to analyze the CVs on different layers based on different uh, angles and trying to understand what is the value of that person for a specific position. So we do basically the same but better. Of course, there are many people that are there using ATAs, and we want to ease the transition. So anything that is in our power to do it, we will help with, and we will hopefully by the end of this month or the next month at most, we will have the API to integrate with at least the two or three most important ATA softwares.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Just two more questions. When people need support, how is your organization structured to provide support, especially both ways for one, for the people who are hiring, and two, for clients, for candidates, if they run into technical issues during the course of an interview? That's
Yeah,
one. And then tell us a little bit about the pricing
sure.
after you tell us about support. Yes.
Yeah. So in the dashboard, you have the support. So you can, from here, you can send us a message directly. The emails are also always open. In the main screen, you have here one of our avatars that is fully trained on the functionality. I would show it to you. The only thing is when I'm in a meeting, when we are using Zoom, because we're
Oh,
using the
yes. It
the
expects you to put on your camera. I understand.
yeah, it wants to put in, not the camera in this case, but the micro. It's
The
the same one that
microphone.
it's being used for Zoom, so it doesn't
Okay.
work.
Okay. That's understandable.
Uh,
How about
and
you? How about candidates? A candidate is being an interview and he runs into a problem.
yeah, after the interview, they receive an email to evaluate if they were able to conduct the meeting and if everything was okay. If
Okay.
and they have a link to contact us in case something was not okay, and if something is not okay, we contact them directly to try to solve whatever happened in that
Um,
case. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Well, we are pretty open about the pricing. It's on the site. Also for the enterprise, for sure, we have dedicated key account manager that works with them for any, and we can develop special features for them if they want.
Okay.
But these are the different packs that we're working with, and the main difference are the limitations on the amount of uh, data usage that you can use, basically. Uh, the CV's screening is not too much of an issue because the credits are cheaper, but for the AI interviews, it consumes a lot of credits.
Resources.
So
Mm.
uh, each pack has a different amount of minutes that they can use on the interviews. The standard is around 20 minutes per interview, more or less. And then, of course, if they need more, they can buy more.
Okay. Thank you very much. This is very interesting. Do you have a package for recruitment agencies? Because while this looks like it's good for organizations, if somebody is running a recruitment agency and wants to use EasyHireApp to improve or increase their recruitment pipeline and provide candidates to different clients, what package, what solution do you have for them?
If they, sorry, I didn't understood. If they want to do what exactly?
If there is a recruitment company, a
Mhm,
sourcing company, it's not a company that employs people to do work per se, but it hires people for other companies.
mhm.
So it's like a talent sourcing company.
Yeah.
Do you have anything special package for a talent sourcing company as distinct from an ordinary business or a company that has very many employees? Do you have a package for that?
The thing is, we don't have a specific package because I consider that they should be able to fit in any of these two. Just because from how the database is structured, I think it's perfect for hiring companies because you can create different projects. Each project can be a different client or a different position for the same client. So each CV is assigned to that specific project. So then you can filter anytime by, okay, for this client, or if you want to filter by job titles, or you have everything at your disposal. And I think it's perfect for, at least we have a few HR companies that are working with it and they're super happy with.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Leandro Pegin. This has been very insightful, and I really appreciate you walking me through this platform. I believe the potential we have for automation top funnel screening and using AI assisted interviews is very compelling. And I would like to ask, before you part, to let us know, apart from the website, is there any other way we can reach you? We're going to be sharing this interaction in our communities and our various media places. Is there any way extra we can reach you? We just go to the website.
No, I mean, the
Yes.
website is the perfect way. Of course, you can sign in and try it. Also, in my LinkedIn profile, I'm also always available, so I will give it to you. And if you want to share it, I'm always happy to speak with anyone.
Thank you very much. It's been nice looking at this and hope to see you very soon when there are product updates.
Thank you very much.
Bye
Thank
for
you.
now. Mm.
Bye.